Alex Racine, yes, we are learning a lot more on this horrific case. Today, the Winek family held a news conference to urge parents to use their tragedy as a heartbreaking lesson.
If something like this horrific tragedy can happen here, in our neighborhood, in our community, it can happen anywhere.
Holding back tears, Michelle Blandon makes an emotional plea after her parents, Sherry and Mark Winek, and her younger sister, Brooke Winek, were killed in what police are calling a catfishing triple homicide in Riverside.
Parents, please, please know your child's online activity. Ask questions about what they are doing and whom they are talking to.
Investigators say this man, Austin Lee Edwards, a 28-year-old former Virginia state trooper and newly hired sheriff's deputy, was active online, pretending to be a teenager to groom a young victim.
This horrific event started with an inappropriate online romance between a predator and a child.
Edwards drove from North Chesterfield, Virginia to Riverside, and on Friday, November 25th, detectives say Edwards arrived at the Winek home, killed 69-year-old Mark and his 65-year-old wife Sherry, and their 39-year-old daughter Brooke. Then investigators say Edwards set the house on fire and left with the teenage girl he had developed an online relationship with.
We don't know yet if she was threatened, coerced. We're not describing it as a kidnapping at this point, but we also don't have any reason to believe that she was complicit in any of these murders or the fire as well.
A neighbor who saw Edwards leaving with a girl and noticed the house was on fire immediately called for help.
Making that call from that neighbor saved my niece's life, and that neighbor is a hero in our eyes.
Edwards was involved in a shootout with San Bernardino Sheriff's deputies while trying to flee. But the coroner's report states Edwards died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Catfishing led to the deaths of the three most important people in my life. My dad, my mom, and my sister. They are forever in my heart, and I miss them deeply.
The family has set up a GoFundMe account to help the Winek family, specifically the two teenage daughters who were left without their mom and grandparents. Now, that young victim that was targeted by Edwards is currently in the care of Child Protective Services, and we have been told that she is receiving trauma counseling. Her family and also police officers say this has been the most traumatic experience of her young life, and she has a long road ahead of her. Alex?